Jayo Gopinam Bhattava Girivaradha Jayo Gopinam Bhattava Girivaradha Girivaradha Yadodana Nikana Brada Jana Yashodanandana Brajadanarana Yashodanandana Brajadanarana Yashodanandana Brajadanarana Yashodanandana Brajadanarana Yamgati Rasa Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama. Jayo Prabhupada, Jayo Prabhupada, Jayo Prabhupada, Jayo Prabhupada. Jayo Prabhupada, Jayo Prabhupada, Jayo Prabhupada, Jayo Prabhupada. Jai Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Radharani Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai, Gaur Premanandi Hari Hari Om. All glories assembled devotees, Hare Krishna. All glories assembled devotees, Hare Krishna. All glories assembled devotees, Hare. All glories to Sri Guru and Gauranga. Hare Krishna to all of you ecstatic devotees. I hear that some of you didn't start Bhakti Yoga practice yet. Correct? Some of you. Some of you who started japa meditation, chanting Hare Krishna, being in Gita Nagari. You have to put this audience. Yeah. Started here. So if not, those who didn't start Bhakti Yoga process yet, so there's opportunity in the holy Dham where Krishna is residing to start. So we are reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 7, Chapter 10, text number 34 and 35, because 34 has no purport, so we will chant together text number 35. I will chant myself 34. Pratinandya tato dava prayujya paramashisha svadhamniyayu rajan brahmadya pratipujitaha. Translation. O King Yudhishthir, after all the demigods, headed by Lord Brahma, were properly worshipped by Prahlad Maharaj, they offered Prahlad the utmost benedictions and then returned to their respective abodes. Text 35. Evam cha prashadau Vishnu, please chant. Evam cha prashadau Vishnu Putratvam prapitau dite Putratvam prapitau dite Hridisthina harina Hridisthin tena harina Vira bhavena tau hatau Vira bhavena tau hatau Evam cha parshadau Vishnu Putratvam prapitau dite Hridisthina sthitena harina Vira bhavena tau hatau Evam cha parshadau Vishnu Putratvam prapitau dite Hridisthitena harina Vaira bhavena tau hatau Please, Jen. Evam Chaparsadao Vishnu Putratvan Parapitao Dite Ridisitena Harina Vaira Bhavanatao Hatao Evam Chaparsadao Vishnu Putratvam Prapitao Dite Ridisitena Harina Vaira Bhavanatao Hatao Mataji Evam Chaparsadao Vishnu Putratvam Prapitao Dite Ridistitena Harina Vaira Bhavena Dato. Evam. In this way, Cha also Parshadao, the two personal associates, Vishnu of Lord Vishnu, Putratvam, becoming the sons, Prapitao, having gotten, Dite of Diti, Hridi, win the core of the heart, Sthitena, being situated, Harina, by the Supreme Lord, Vaira Bhavana, by conceiving as an enemy, Tau, both of them, Hatau, were killed. Translation. Thus, the two associates of Lord Vishnu, who had become Hiranyaksha and Hiranyakashipu, the sons of Diti, were both killed. By illusion, they had thought that the Supreme Lord, who is situated in everyone's heart, was their enemy. Purport. The discourse concerning Lord Nrsimhadev and Prahlad Maharaj began when Maharaj Yudhishthir asked Narada how Shishupal had merged into the body of Krishna. Shishupal and Dantavakra were the same Hiranyaksha and Hiranyakashipu. Here, Narada Muni is relating how in three different births the associates of Lord Vishnu were killed by Lord Vishnu himself. First, they were the demons Hiranyaksha and Hiranyakashipu. One more time, Sanskrit text. Pratinadya tato deva prayujya paramashisha swadhamni yayurajan brahmadya pratipujita. O King Yudhishthir, after all the demigods headed by Lord Brahma were properly worshipped by Prahlad Maharaj, they offered Prahlad the utmost benedictions and then returned to their respective abodes. Evan Chaparashadau Vishnu Putratvam Prapitaudite Hridishen Sithena Harina Vairam Bhavanatau Hatau. Thus, the two associates of Lord Vishnu, who had become Hiranyaksha and Hiranyakashipu, the sons of Diti, were both killed. By illusion, they had thought that the Supreme Lord, who is situated in everyone's heart, was their enemy. Are you all acquainted with the story behind this particular message that we heard today? Huh. I'll briefly remind the story behind, but because there are very important points mentioned here. I would like to focus more on this very important points to elaborate the message from Krishna Loka today. Like people nowadays, I don't know nowadays, but in my time, I remember when I was waking up as a child or teenager, my father was always before he left to his job, always tuned radio and was news, right? Morning news. And all the time was broadcasting. And I was waking up because of this news, radio news. So, but devotees, they have also morning news. What is the morning news? Srimad Bhagavatam class. So, although person unqualified and incompetent like me myself can read Srimad Bhagavatam and speak a little bit what I hear from my Guru Maharaj or from Srila Prabhupada classes, uh, still, some of you, because you are intelligent persons, you are able to pick up something valuable for yourself. As it's mentioned, that intelligent person is capable to pick up something valuable from filthy place. So pay attention that you can pick up something valuable from filthy place. So what is about this story? There was a time that sons of Brahma, five Kumaras, four Kumaras, sorry. These four Kumaras, they were very spiritually advanced sages. They were also in a very advanced age. However, their external appearance were like small, almost like babies, small children. Why? Because since they were very spiritually enlightened, very self-realized, they realized that this material existence is place of forgetfulness about the Supreme Personality of Godhead and about our own spiritual constitutional position in relationship to the Supreme Lord. Because this pollution, this all-pervading illusion, forcing living entity to forget about relationship with Krishna, the Supreme Lord, like we hear here, that Hiranyakashipu and Hiranyaksha, they were thinking in their heart that Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, is their enemies. So these Kumaras, they were able to understand this very important point. Therefore, they decided better to remain in this children, undeveloped body, because if we will grow up, our mind will be not more resistant against this pollution that I am the supreme controller, supreme enjoyer, supreme proprietor, but rather more prone to accept this full of ignorance understanding, and then the distance between them and Krishna will increase. So therefore, they came to smart conclusion. Better is to not grow up in the body and assimilate this false concept that I am the supreme controller, supreme enjoyer, supreme proprietor. Better is to remain in this little child and undeveloped body, but keep in our mind and our heart dedication and devotion to the Supreme Lord. So therefore, they were in these little bodies, and they decided, let's go and visit Lord Vishnu in Vaikuntha. So then they together start to travel through the cosmic space and appear on the front of the gate of Vaikunta, where Jaya and Jaya, thank you, Jaya and Vijaya were standing boldly guarding the entrance to the Vaikunta planet. And when Jaya Vijay they saw this little children, they were confused. What are you doing here? I need to make a little bit disclosure. Lord Krishna, Lord Vishnu, decided, uh, I'm a little bit bored of this uh, respect and veneration. I need to have some pastime to wrestle a little bit. Like sometimes, father who taking care of the kids and is naturally full of love and care for these kids, and the kids were very polite and obedient and respectful. So there are sometimes like a little bit more official, respectful mood in this between father, which is authority, and the kids. I'm talking about my time. So if there is something new, please forgive me. But this is what I remember from my childhood. So then, but father sometimes, want to break this official mood and do something, for the excitement of the kids. So then sometimes, start to wrestle and they wrestle here and there, and then kid, is have fun, and father also. This loving exchanges has taken place sometimes in the family. So Lord Vishnu has this desire to have fun with devotees. But who can wrestle with Krishna? Who can compete with the Supreme Personality of Godhead? So therefore, the Supreme Lord decided to make arrangement for this type of competition and fun. So therefore, he bewildered Jai and Jai to have no ability to recognize these little boys as great, mature sages. So what they say? Who are you? And they were, and the sages, this little boys, Kumaras, they were a little bit, um, disappointed. You are guardians of Vaikunta, and you don't know who we are. So they, disappointment brought a little bit not very pleasing emotions. When the Jai and Vijay start to inquire more and more and be a little bit more pushy, so then the negative emotions start to raise in the minds of this four Kumaras to such an extent when they were requested, please open the door. We want to see Lord Vishnu, our Supreme Lord, our Master. No, we cannot be enter. We are not allowing you to enter the Supreme Lord because we don't know who we are, and therefore we are here to guard the gates. Then they became angry. They cursed Jai and Vijay. And then Jai Vijay, okay, let's go to Lord Vishnu and ask who they are, what is going on here. So then when Lord Vishnu came, he he mitigated the situation and and give them opportunity. They give them option. Either they will. Could you remind me what was this? They will take. What was the seven birds or three birds on the Earth planet as a demons. So this is the story behind. So therefore, the Jai Vijay, they were cursed by these four Kumaras to take birth. They choose to take birth uh, on the Earth planet in demoniac species. Demoniac means uh, This is a person who is envious of the Supreme Lord, who considers the Supreme Lord as an enemy. So therefore, uh, to reactify the mistake, to not being able to recognize saintly person and offend them, insult them, uh, they choose under influence, DUI, under influence of the external illusory energy of the Supreme Lord to become a demons and fulfill in this way desire of the Supreme Lord that he will have good time to fight and compete with actually his devotees who play a role of dedicated demons. They were very powerful, like Hiranyakashipu. He was capable to control entire universe. All demigods were shaking when Hiranyakashipu was, making this motion, exhibiting his anger. Oh, so the Maharaj Yudhishthir, when was visited by Narada Muni, he asked about Prahlad Maharaj. And if you are interested, I'm coming to the points that I want to elaborate because we have very limited time. Uh, on the very beginning of this chapter, of chapter 10, if you are interested to develop qualities of pure Vaishnava, pure devotee of the Supreme Lord, with very noble, exalted character, and develop pure love of Godhead, which is the passport to come back home, back to Godhead. So then please study and analyze the beginning of this chapter 10. Very beautifully elaborate analysis of pure devotion, pure bhakti, noble, perfect character and culture uh, meant to satisfy the Supreme Lord, which make person eligible to come back to spiritual world. Nobody is capable to come back to spiritual world unless become purified from tendency to envy of the Supreme Lord. And even in a very innocent way, consider the Supreme Lord as an enemy or competitor. So, here in this last verse, it is mentioned by illusion, this Hiranyakashipu and Hiranyaksha had thought that the Supreme Lord, who is situated in everyone's heart, was their enemy. By nature, living entity is always uh, Krishna conscious. But this Krishna consciousness, which is in the heart of every living entity, is covered by the infectious disease, which is called Matsara. Matsara means envy. Someone who developed envy of the Supreme Lord has huge difficulty to live peaceful and happy life in this material world. This is actually the origin of our falling down from spiritual world to this material world. Although in material world, in spiritual world, mm, everyone is under big impression of the supreme beauty, supreme beautiful culture of the Supreme Lord, and they have very sweet, loving relationship and exchanges. Sometimes because they are different living entities, and because variety is mother of pleasure, the Supreme Lord created everything in such a way that there are different types of living entities, Nitya Baddha and Nitya Siddha. Nitya Baddha, living entities who have some tendency of independence to choose uh, mm, a little bit different way of life or way of thinking or design than Krishna's will. So they sometimes can, in very innocent way, can think, uh, how is it to be like the supreme controller? How is it to be like the supreme proprietor? How is it to be the supreme enjoyer like Krishna? It seems like completely innocent, is it? It's the problem. It's just innocent thought. How is it to be like that? But this is actually syndrome of envy. In very innocent way, manifested in spiritual world. But because Krishna has another energy, he has multiple different energy, but one of them is responsible to fulfill desire of all living entities. So this desire should be fulfilled. But how it can be fulfilled in spiritual world? In spiritual world, there is supreme being. Supreme by definition means one. Nobody is higher, nobody is equal. Means the Supreme Lord, Krishna, the Supreme Lord Vishnu. So therefore, actually by our own desires, we forced Krishna, we obliged him to create another place for us where we can feel, how is it to be like Krishna? How is it to be like supreme enjoyer? How is it to be like supreme controller or proprietor? Like I remember from my childhood, there was some, like Tivoli. It's like entertainment, little place for children. They have in carousel and swinging and I particularly remember one place which was called Place of Laugh or something like this. Uh, place of laughing. And I was curious, what is this? This place of laughing. So we enter and we pay ticket and we enter and then I saw all different things. There were dispatch mirrors, which when you look at the mirror, this mirror in dispatch, certain dispatch way, in showing a reflection of you, like very thin, like thread, or another mirror, like very big, like balloon, and then another and mirror showing you like you are very like built, like Superman, like Arnold Schwarzenegger. Oh wow, yeah, I like this one. So, and then I was enjoying in these different mirrors this illusion. It's giving me false reflection of myself, and I forgot about myself. I was enjoying, especially this mirror, this reflection that's showing you, wow, I'm like big, like Schwarzenegger. Wow. So this external illusory energy of Krishna, which is called Maya, something which is not, it's causing this uh, illusory reflection of us, forcing us to think that, yeah, I am the supreme enjoyer, supreme creator or controller, proprietor. Yeah, you have a right to enjoy in this material world. Like somebody is sick. So where is his place? Clinic or hospital. So we are in this hospital, suffering disease, Matsara, envy of Krishna. And what is the symptom? We are full of illusion that we are independent. So now in America, this 4th of July, commonly known as Day of Independence Day. So there are different types of independence. Let's focus a little bit about a small digression on this aspect. Many different independences we can see, we can observe in this material world. One of the independence is like this, political independence, like in the case of United States in, if I remember, 1776, 4 July, there was accepted Declaration of Independence, freedom from British rule. Now we are free, and no British will tell us what we should do and how we should do. So there is political independence. People of one country don't want to be dominated by another country. It's natural. What everybody was fighting for his autonomy, independence. So we people nowadays will celebrate. They will have this fireworks and whatever it is there. So celebration. There's another independence on the background of social or political philosophy, or rather concoction, uh, like like anarchists. Eh, This this anarchists, they don't want to follow any rules and regulations, prohibitions, restrictions. They want to be free, want to do whatever they want to do. Therefore, they don't want to follow any ruler, any authority, any government representatives. They want to just enjoy as they want. All other species like animals, birds, fish, insects, plants, they follow certain rules and regulations that Krishna designed for them. In certain term of the certain season of the year, they have this mm, urges to duplicate certain urges. They lose their feathers, like our peacocks or snakes. They putting away the old skin, etc. So this is out of their control. It is happening automatically by Krishna's design. So they follow Krishna's design. But human beings are equipped with higher intelligence, more developed intelligence, by which they have ability to choose. So therefore, a human form of life is extremely important because of responsibility, what we should do and how we should do, what we should choose, what type of independence, independence from the supreme authority or independence from our own illusory, imaginary desires. So there is this uh, spiritual background of this independence. Like in this case, the Hiranyakashipu and Hiranyaksha, playing role of perfect demons, they were exhibiting this symptoms of Matsara disease, envy of Krishna. Therefore, they were dedicated enemies of the Supreme Lord. And why? Because they want to be independent from the Supreme Lord. They want to enjoy independently from the Supreme Lord. So they were doing everything to be independent from the Supreme Lord. Who he is, that he will tell us what to do and how to do. So we are one who will make rules and regulations. We will dictate him what to do and how to do things. Like Hiranyakashipu in one moment asked Prahlad Maharaj, was the culmination of this conflict between father and dedicated devotee of the Lord, his son Prahlad Maharaj. So, where is your Lord? Where is your master? If he is in this pillar, I will smash him. If this he's in this pillar. And Prahlad Maharaj, yes, father, my Lord is everywhere. He's all pervading. He's also in this pillar. Then look what I will do with your master and Lord. He wanted to smash this pillar. And what happened? Pillar exploded and the Supreme Lord appeared in a very unusual form that even Hiranyakashipu was astonished. Whoa, what is this? He never saw such creature, half lion, half man. So, yes, demoniac nature is based on Matsara, envy of the Supreme Lord. Who is the supreme authority? Who is the supreme governor, ruler, authority? Who created the rules and regulations of freedom? If we want to be free, it doesn't mean that we should do or act and behave and think or desire as we want, as we concoct. No, this is not freedom. This is madness. There is, like in every country, there are some rules and regulations. Like, for instance, here is a right way of driving. But if you go to England or even India, there is left way of driving. And you decide that I am independent. I will do my way, what I want, what is pleasing me. So then we will drive on right way in England. So then you will get in trouble. You will cause trouble to yourself and others around. Why? Because you're messing up with the law, which is administered in England. So we need to learn how to adjust ourselves to different law, to different cultures. What something is good for me is not necessarily good for somebody else. My perception, my impression, my rules and regulations of certain culture that I develop in certain environment, certain association, certain mood, whatever, is not necessarily reflecting needs of another person. Maybe another person has completely different impressions or expectations or rules and regulations of culture that follows. So then if both they will stick to they mm, rules and regulations of their culture and not exhibit some kindness, gentleness, humility, politeness, so then will be some clash, will be some collision, fight. But human being, as I mentioned before, equipped with more developed intelligence. Intelligence, there's many different definitions of intelligence. One of them is ability to see things in perspective. So if intelligence is helping us to understand what to do to live our life peacefully and happily, so then we need to somehow or another cooperate to live in harmony with each other. If there is no such ability, there's no such intelligence developed yet, so then there will be always some disturbance. So in order to adjust our own culture and our own abilities to act and behave properly, we need to learn what is the axiom, what is the recommended standard of culture, of rules and regulations to follow. And what is the highest standard? Standard of the Supreme Lord who designed it for us. We shouldn't create our own culture, standard of our culture, but rather adjust ourselves to the culture that Krishna, the Supreme Personality of God, has designed for us. And sometimes people think, oh, how advanced I am. It's very easy to find out. Just read this beginning of this 10th chapter, where is very beautiful delineated standard of pure Vaishnava. What means pure Vaishnava? Pure devotee of the Lord. Pure devotee means pure from any material contamination, from any envy, which from material point of view is exhibited in the way as Hiranyakashipu was doing. If someone is envious of somebody in a material way, then is always looking for opportunity to diminish the glory of the person whom we envy for. Always trying to disturb this person and diminish his enthusiasm or his courage. Is always looking for opportunity to publicly um, diminish the glory of this person. Uh, this is typical for demoniac tendency, this material enemy. There's also spiritual envy, which is very different than material envy. That is always causing disturbance and destruction. Spiritual envy is like in spiritual world. There is also spiritual envy. There's nothing in this material world which is not a spiritual world. Everything what we see here in this material world is perverted reflection of this what is existing in spiritual world. So there is also spiritual enemy. Like there we see there are different campuses of gopis, pure dedicated servants of Krishna. When they see that one gopi doing something wonderful for Krishna's pleasure, and she think, instead of like we will think here in this material world, what to do just to disturb this person, to diminish, quality of his service, uh, or make others to think that this person is not worthy of any praise or glory. But they think, oh, this devotee, this gopi, is doing such wonderful service for Lord Krishna. I need to learn how to do this. That I can also satisfy Krishna. My dear lady, my dear gopi, my dear servant of the Supreme Lord, you're doing such wonderful service. I'm just puzzled. How are you doing this? Could you please fulfill my humble desire to learn from you how you can do this, that I can also satisfy Lord Krishna like you doing. It's completely different aspect, different approach. So, therefore, if we are aware of these forces contaminating our consciousness and our mind, we need to protect ourselves, not like Kumaras because they were equipped with mystic powers, allowing them to keep themselves in this image, this not developed bodies of young boys, but we should shield ourselves with special rules and regulations that Krishna designed for us in this Bhakti Yoga process. There's many different. If you will read Nectar of Devotion, and now Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu is available by BBT. There is a lot of rules and regulations. Nectar of Devotion is called Law Book of Krishna Consciousness. Small, teeny sample of Nectar of Devotion is Nectar of Instruction, Upadashamrita, where you can learn morality, different aspects of culture, how we should act to please Krishna. This is the axiom, this is the standard that how we can improve our spiritual life. Always compare ourselves, where I am, how I'm behaving, how I am doing. And if it's recommended by Krishna. If not, then we should reject this. If this what Krishna is expecting, we should continue and develop. So aside of all these different rules and regulations of freedom that Krishna designed for all of us, we can choose three yamas and three niyamas. Three yamas, three something that is recommended to do. We should always be humble first. We should always be tolerant and always praise devotees of the Supreme Lord. There's three yamas, three things that we should do, develop in our life. And they are actually antidotum, counteracting some niyamas that we shouldn't do this. We should stop if we see in our action, in our behavior, something like this, we should immediately stop it and reject this. What is this? We should never be envious of the devotee of the Supreme Lord. when we see this tendency, because we are here in this material world because of this matsara, because of this envy. So therefore, as long as we are having this virus in our consciousness, so we need to remain in this material world and suffer birth, disease, old age, and death, life after life. So therefore, what is the antidotum? Just stop to be envious of devotees. But how I can do this? When I see such tendencies coming to my mind, so what to do? Then praise the devotee. My Guru Maharaj mentioned that envy is actually indirect appreciation of somebody's greatness. So if we see that, if we see some, like piercing, cold, painful, mm, uh, emotions, negative emotions in our mind or our heart, in our consciousness, then instead of, looking for opportunity to diminish the glory of the person, what we should do immediately? Praise. Look for opportunity to praise the devotees. Oh, Prabhu, you are doing such wonderful kirtan. Oh, Prabhu, you're doing such wonderful this and that. Oh, to take prasada was totally awesome, delicious. Although maybe it was too much salt or something. So we have tendency to exhibit our envy by criticism, yes? To criticize this. We are so quick. Why? Because we are very sick. Envy, this disease, is forcing us to exhibit symptoms here and there, wherever. Very easy to criticize, but to praise is quite difficult. Why? Because we need to apply buddhi, intelligence, to choose proper action. So therefore, we need to learn the art. If we feel this tingling force of Maya, of this disease, we should make, instead of this, make up, make muscle up, and then you take such wonderful service. May I learn from you how to do this? Or something like this, just to praise. Always, we need to start somewhere. Even if we are not perfect in this or expert, still start to learn. And then practice make perfect. So the more we start to practice, the more we'll be able to praise and glorify devotees. And this will satisfy Krishna and help us to purify our consciousness from this envy disease. What else? We should be humble. It's very difficult to be humble, but we should learn this art. We shouldn't look this niyama, this thing that we shouldn't uh, find in ourselves, we shouldn't cultivate in ourselves, is the hunger for honor, hunger for distinction, hunger for adoration. We shouldn't be hungry for these things. We should be humble, meek, peaceful, and humble. It's sometimes difficult, but it's worthy to develop this quality because we are earning ticket back to Godhead. Krishna is witnessing of all our endeavor, outside, inside and outside. So therefore, the more we practice, the more we become spiritually perfect and eligible to come back to Krishna. What else? We shouldn't be envy. We shouldn't be hungry of respect or honor or adoration. We should also uh, be tolerant. We should not. We shouldn't be look for retaliation. Somebody did to us something, that was not pleasing to us. Then we are looking for opportunity to just make, like, counterattack or retaliate, do something for this person because this he did to me or she did to me. I will do this something for her. No, we should be tolerant. Yama, tolerant, tolerant. This keep in our mind peace, and also peace is foundation for bliss or happiness. If we want to be peaceful and happy in our life, we need to apply this three yamas and three niyamas. What is what we should avoid? What we should avoid? What is the niyamas? What we should avoid? Who remember? First, we shouldn't be envying, especially for of devotees. What next? Yes, we shouldn't be hungry of any respect, honor, or adoration. What next? Tolerance, but you should be tolerant. But what's the negative thing that we should tolerate? Yes, we shouldn't be eager to retaliate. So now we know what we shouldn't do. And when we see this in our character, please, if you want to be peaceful and happy in your life, reject this. How to do this? First, be humble, be tolerant, and be appreciative, especially to devotees. Be full of praise and glorifying devotees. Thank you so much. So this is the message from this Bhagavatam. Never follow the footsteps of this demons by illusion. They had thought that the Supreme Lord, who is situated in everyone's heart, was their enemy. Whoa, reject this. I want to be lover of the Supreme Lord. Therefore, let's follow this at least three principles. Hare Krishna. Are there any questions or comments? It's not Srimad Bhagavatam. It's like Rock show. Yeah, next time I sold for the big money and create this country something instead of here. Big deal that you show picture the map and show picture to Jai next time short involved next time to Lord Vishnu and compare this time, this knowledge with our right now time here. Thank you for your praising. He got it. He got it. Good practice. Now it's time for me to be humble and I understand this is what I learned from my Guru Maharaj. I'm just trying to follow his footsteps. And are there maybe questions or comments? Happy. Thank you for your lecture. You're welcome. Knowing, amazing, heart touching. He got it also. You started your lecture saying who haven't started life yet. And a clear answer probably is those who still sleep. And one question. What you would share from your heart, maybe you practice that, maybe what you mean, like how you practice that, or maybe how you share it with others, how you planted the seeds, how, um, like how kindly you answer. Because it's very sensitive thing, because I tried a couple times and you don't wanna break anything, but you also want to share from the heart. It's not like sharing something you don't want to push, but you also know once you know there is no other way. You want somebody also to do it, but how to how to make the person inspired. Well, thank you very much for a very important question and also very difficult question. Yes, as you already noticed, this is very delicate thing. We can very easily discourage instead of encourage. We can very easily discourage. So yeah, we need to usually answer is as far I remember from different senior Vaishnavas, authorities, spiritual authorities, usually show by your own example. If you see how beneficial for you is to participate in morning program, to have association of other devotees, and together serve Krishna, glorify Krishna together. So then you naturally will be very, very joyful, very enthusiastic. Like I am observing devotees in the morning uh, during Mangalarati. They are very enthusiastic. Especially ladies, they have this special, choreography, dancing, this and that, just for the pleasure of the Supreme Lord. So, and also very nice mridanga player, singer, beautiful kirtan, and all other devotees follow. This is very beautiful. So I personally like to, watch you because this is very enjoyable. And this giving me encouragement that I'm doing the right thing. Not only right thing to be and show example for others, but for myself. This is very big encouragement for me because it's very difficult to practice bhakti alone. So therefore, I need association of others. If I will be only alone here, it's just question of time. I will stop. Because we need association. Lord Krishna introduced as Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu Sankirtan, togetherness in worshiping the Supreme Lord, glorifying the Supreme Lord. So it's much easier. But if there are some practitioners who are still have some problem with recognition of this very important aspect, to be together, to encourage each other, so let's show them by our own example and talk, sometimes, nicely about this, how wonderful it was, how sweet it was. Sometimes, like it was delicious prasadam. What we do? Yes, but to encourage someone who is, meat eater and not have a developed taste yet for prasadam, how we do? Delicious food, yeah. Or somebody will go to restaurant and relish some good food, let's say. I'm talking about in general. So then when he's coming back from a restaurant to his uh, workplace, what he is doing, hey man, hey guys, I had wonderful experience. This restaurant is totally awesome. Awesome food, yeah. He's enthusiastic. He's showing, how he was enjoying. So similarly, we can show how we were enjoying with Mangalarati, how we are enjoying, Srimad Bhagavatam class, not this one, but I'm talking about in general. How we enjoying association devotee, how we enjoying reading Bhagavad Gita, how we enjoying different aspects of this bhakti lifestyle. And when we just by sincere exhibition of our joy doing this, they will think, maybe I should also like these guys in the workplace. Really? Good food? Okay, let me try. Yeah, this is natural. So similarly, these practitioners who are not awakened yet, so then gradually they become awakened because this is infectious. This excitement, this enthusiasm is infectious. Let me try. And then when they try, so then we can encourage them. It's much easier to encourage them to dance together, to just do something for to increase their enjoyment with this particular activity, devotional activity for the pleasure of the Supreme Lord. And then gradually we can increase also standard of this because in the beginning we are looking for our own pleasure, how we enjoy. But then when by education and proper, more advanced association, then this person will learn that actually this is not about my pleasure, but this is pleasure of Krishna. So therefore, I'm dancing not for my own pleasure, but I'm dancing for the pleasure of Krishna. I'm just like dancer to satisfy Krishna. I'm player to satisfy Krishna. I'm a singer to satisfy Krishna. I'm doing this and this to satisfy Krishna. Always to satisfy Krishna, to please Krishna is always our axiom. This is our line of the standard that we adjusting ourselves, our action and behavior to satisfy Krishna. Are you already satisfy Krishna or not? So let's satisfy Krishna by our attendance to greet Krishna. Shri Radha Damodar ki. Shri Radha Damodar ki. Govinda. Jai Shubha, Paramahamsa Vivekananda, Bhakti Srimad Abhachan Bhagavatam Swami Srila Prabhupada ki Ha, Paramahamsa Vivekananda, Srimad Srila Bhakti Swami Srila Prabhupada ki Krishna Prabhupada ki Satguru ki Namacharya Srila Abra Satguru ki Vence Kaposh Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Harshvasani Gaura Bhakta Vrinda ki Sri Sri Radha Krishna Gopa Gopinath Shama Kundara Kunda Giri Govardhan Govardhan Yaduthan Radhathan Langamai Yamunamai Tulsi Maharaj Krishna Mahamantra ki Gopa